Hi guys, my name is Devai. I'm an autistic seven-figure pay-per-lead media buyer, and yeah, what it takes to be successful is quite simple. You get good at media buying and getting clients, right? There's those are two levers you can pull, and also have go to my YouTube vertical video, 1 hour of in-depth pure gold that nobody has ever done before, so check it out. But essentially lock in a good market with a lot of growth potential, and you want to pick a market that you know they have established buyers in, a red ocean market that people are already making money from, that is safe. And then you want to pick a blue ocean where you can gamble a bit of budget, right? Once you mix and match those together, boom, you're good to go. And if you do not have the money to start pay per lead, guys, what I would really recommend is to probably go into one of the verticals give you upfront cash, right? MVA lawyers will give you advertising spend to run your money on. And that's essentially how I also scaled up. I went in one of those verticals, but I would always get some media buying experience before, because you will be getting eaten alive by some of the bigger media buyers spending hundreds and thousands of dollars each single day. If you do not know media buying in a competitive vertical, use somebody else's money, work for free, do whatever you have to get that experience. I wish I actually worked for free for some of these people to get that experience faster, so I could make more money with that experience that I gained. Um, and specifically, when you would want to start out and win at pay per lead, the only thing you got to figure out is also not only how to make insanely good ads with like AI UGC, with the fucking Pixar clay motion ads, right, with podcast ads, how to make things super realistic that people won't even think it's an ad, but you also have to learn about how to deal with clients that are angry that they do not deliver leads. These corporate clients, right, you want to have like an extension strategy where you're okay, I saw this month the lead delivery was not that good, let me send you as many leads as it takes for you to make up your money, right? Work with your clients, be mindful that they also fucking paid you money, right? Don't burn clients, build relationships in an industry, because business is done by people, bro. We all have a fucking soul here, right? We do not want to be talking to like people that have zero emotion and only talk about numbers, and like it feels like you're getting used for just to get money, right? You're just like an object to cash out on. Nobody likes that, right? Learn how to have humor on a sales call. To a certain degree, it makes a huge difference. Learn how to talk in their industry specific language, right? You really want to learn how people talk in that industry, because if you come along and say something like off, right, that does not correlate to the industry, then they're gonna smell bullshit from a mile away. Listen, these corporate businesses are divided in a way where the affiliate managers has worked with 50 lead gen companies at a minimum, right, over the past couple of years, and they will smell bullshit a mile away. You do not need case studies. You need to be able to, if you actually pull up with a case study, they will think you're bullshitting, right? Because the big dogs, they don't even pull up with case studies, right? They just have so much confidence and talk about data, the cost per qualified lead, cost per lead. They talk about cost per acquisition, right? If you don't know any of what that means, go watch my channel. There's a lot of gold there, right? Because essentially, I did have a lot of knowledge. I have bought a mentorship for 5 figures, and I'm basically giving a lot of that value away for free in that mentorship, right? And also basically adding on top of that with my own insights. And specifically, right, if you're somebody that owns a marketing related business, then you probably will already have realized how much potential you actually have wasted in your life, right, by doing a retainer based agency. Like Hormozi said, you're probably just in the wrong vehicle. And once you switch from like the service based super time intensive to actually just selling the information, right, or selling like systems or leads in this case, then he made 7 8 figures profit in a 1 year, because maybe perhaps you are that S-tier entrepreneur in the stuck in the wrong business model. And I'm not making bullshit up here. Go watch my two last videos. All of the biggest pay-per lead companies in the world are marketing companies listed on the Nasdaq. There is not a single, right? There are very, very few e-com companies listed on the Nasdaq with 30% margins, profit margins. Actually, there are none, right? So to really understand, once you really understand the economics of lead generation and pay per lead, you will not be able to look at any other business model in the same way ever again, right? It would be foolish to pursue anything else, right, than pay per lead. If you're a serious entrepreneur that wants to do marketing for another 10 years and build enterprise value that you can eventually sell at 8 to 9 figures, Homebody has done it, right? They did it in 4 years, right? What else? Who else has done it? A bunch of companies, lead gen companies, have sold for 8 to 9 figures. And if you're not a cracked e-com guy, that's just not that scalable, right? Retainers are not scalable. Drop shipping, you're burning and churning, right? So pay per lead is something to consider if you want to build brand. If you have if you want to have a sticky marketing business that nobody will ever, like that nobody can ever basically destroy because of a bad seasonal trend or because of your ad account gets banned, right? Um, Comparison sites. I made videos on that. All of these pay per lead companies, they arbitrage the customer trust, consumer trust as at scale, right? They are comparison sites. Consumers trust comparison sites because they think they get value from it. They save money, right? If when they look at business loans at Money Supermarket, and also that their data gets sold to a bunch of pay per lead buyers on the back end. So specifically, I guess if you really want to be successful in pay per lead, right, you should probably follow some of the gurus, and there are like four of them. And I would say a lot of them are doing well, but they're not just as transparent as I am. And that's just fact. And if you have any questions, please go ahead. I'm super extroverted, right? Um, I want to help you build up a pay per lead agency if you're a complete beginner, so you make some money and can pay for my mentoring, because if you're a beginner you're broke, right? And if you have so much to lose by making the wrong strategic decisions going into another business model to pay per lead, then book a call with me. I can help you. And you guys have an amazing day.